Hey guys, it is the last day of my vacation, and I thought I wanted to go down to, before we leave, the little Butterfly Lagoon. And I was just really trying to have a lot of courage while I was in there because I was by myself. So it's like, do I ask John to come with me and have him completely disrupt me with questions and oohs and ahs and look over here and you should be filming this, or do I go by myself? So we just drove home from Hallandale, where we had an Easter weekend with his cousin and his girlfriend and his family, which was very nice. And it was like a 4-hour drive home though, and I was like, we're mostly packed, but I want to go and I want to I want to go to the pool. I told him I was going to the pool, but really I went down to the Butterfly Lagoon and I was like, what is that banging? There's a banging noise. And all of a sudden I zoomed in on it. I don't know if I caught it. I'm going to use it in this Sunday, Self-Care Sunday. It was a woodpecker. And of course, all the young kids come on their golf carts and they're zipping out of this Butterfly Lagoon, this little wooded area, and they scared the woodpecker away. And I was waiting for him to come back. So I ventured in. I was being very quiet, and I'm going to use this video probably more than once. I'm going to use it for Self-Care Sunday, but I'm also going to use it probably if there's any walking meditations that come up in our Self-Care Sunday exercises. You'll hear a lot of that in the background. So I'm walking really nice. I'm getting almost to the end where that hatch was that you guys saw in the first video, and something was climbing up a tree. And you'll see me running. I'm running with the camera, a lot of shaking, a lot of running. I was like, I don't belong in here. I'm leaving. So pretty funny. I haven't seen it yet. But I really wanted to, as we wrap up this trip, I was in Hallandale and we took Malibu, which is my cousin's dog. He's a little Pomeranian and he's coffee and cream color. He's got one blue eye and one brown. And he's turned into a little boss. He was so nice the last time I was here. He wasn't listening to me this time. And they all went to the beach, and I wanted to hang back and do some stuff because I bought a new computer finally got the laptop, and I wanted to get to know the laptop. And my cousin has a deck with a pier. And I said, come on, Malibu, I'll let you out. And he was not listening to me. I thought he was going to jump off the pier. Oh, my God. He was just being really bad. So I took him out for a walk, me and John, and we're walking, and we see this older gentleman. I'm going to show you the clip.
Mama, nobody's going to hurt you, babies. Nobody's going to hurt your little babies. We're going to see you on the way back, okay?
And he's just sitting outside by himself on Easter Sunday, and he looks at me, and he's pointing. I walk over. I'm like, hi, how are you? And he says, I know you're going to tell me your name is Elisa. I said, do you know my cousin? He said, he went into this whole story with his wife, and she died a long time ago, and he kept looking at me. Maybe I resembled his wife. I don't know what his wife's name is, because he was kind of going in and out of his thoughts, and he was just sitting there. It was a beautiful day. It was very breezy out, and I kept looking to see, he can't be here by himself. I see they have a little, where he's living, I see they have a little dog. The dog's in a cage. The house is decorated. He's probably someone's grandfather. or father. And John starts talking to him, and then you'll see Easter Sunday, a row of ducks, the ducks, everywhere I was the ducks, my new spirit animal, the duck. Here she comes with 13 of her babies, and my husband goes, Rita, meaning his mother, because my mother-in-law, would 13 was just a number of significance for her. And so Mr. Greenberg is talking to me, and he says, do you know how old I am? And I'm like, maybe you're about 70. I knew he was older. And he's like, I'm 100. And I was like, oh my God, Mr. Greenberg, God bless you. I knew that you were going to say 100, but you don't look 100. You look like you're about 70. And he says, here, I show you. He takes out his wallet. He shows me his driver's license. He's 102. He's going to be 103 December the 20th, 1922. And so my husband comes over, and my husband loves engaging, especially with older people and stories and things that, you know, where are you from? He said he was from Poland. When did you come here? He said, I came here with the British Army. And as my husband was, you know, talking to him, and Malibu was just acting like a lunatic, I said, we're gonna walk Malibu, but we're gonna come back. And my husband went to go grab his hand to kiss it, and I think I'm just gonna leave that out. And he kissed my husband's hand. And so we went back, and I told my cousin, and he said, I don't know this gentleman. I've lived here for 12 years. What are you talking about? So we show him the driver. He showed us his driver's license. In fact, he was giving me his American Express card. Then he said to me, do you have a sister? Look at all the cards I have. So I said, oh, Mr. Greenberg, put them away. And I'm looking like, who's home with this gentleman? So my cousin this morning says, I found out all about Mr. Greenberg. Did he ask you if you had a sister? I'm like, yeah, he did. He also told me that he knew that I was going to tell him that my name is Elisa. He said, your name is Elisa. And I was like, me and John were just floored. And so I showed him the clip that I'm about to show you guys. And my cousin said, he's a Holocaust survivor. That's where his number is, on his hand. And I'm glad I didn't see it, because I hated leaving him. I hated walking away. He said, I love it here. It's lovely here, but I'm very bored. And I said, well, we're going to walk Malibu, and we're going to come back. When we went back, he was already gone. He must have went inside. And so my cousin said, yes, he lives with his 2 sons. They take care of him. And all he wants to do is go to Panera Bread. I was like, if I knew that, I would have took him to Panera Bread before I left today. I would have had him ready. They were like, no, they won't let you take him. And up until like 2 months ago, he was getting on the bus and he was going himself. 102. He was incredible. And I'm glad that I have this little video clip of him. I just couldn't get him off my mind last night. And we drove around to see if he was out this morning. But I can't say his address, but his address was of significance to me. It was 2 birthdays in my life. And he was just such a lot. It was like one of the most loveliest parts of my trip. And, you know, John has got the car packed because he brought so much stuff with him to my cousin's house. I was like, oh, we can't have that much stuff left when we go back home before we get on the road. We can't have that much stuff left. And we got into the apartment, and I was like, oh, wow, we did a really good job before we left. I put everything in one closet. So he's trying to organize the car. And when we played our rock and roll bingo, I don't know if you guys saw that, but we played rock and roll bingo. And we won a gift certificate to dinner.
Read it and weed.
It looks legit, you guys.
You gotta sing a song legit. Now.
Hey. All right, guys, it's official. It checks out. It checks out. Congratulations. $25 gift card to Break Burger. All right, this next game we're going to switch it up to bar favorites.
Where's your bingo card?
Vanna
Open it up. Let me see it.
Hand out our cards. Give it up for Allison kicking some butt at the bar.
That was mine. He won, though. Look at my fingers. Do you know who the Diamond Daughter is? So we're going to go to dinner. And I was like, we should just get on the road and go. And he's like, no, I don't want to go. He wants to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning again. So I don't know if I'm going to have Another adventure to tell you. At 4 o'clock in the morning, hopefully not. I was really hoping I saw him. The 4-hour drive was enough. Our bodies were killing us coming back from Hallandale. We stopped like 3 times because we were just like, we cannot get comfortable in the car. And I'm like, how are we going to do this? Like, it's, it's supposed to be 13 hours, but it's turning more like 18. I'm like, how are we going to do this? I really think, I was really hoping that he was just going to say, let's just put the car on the auto train and we'll just, we'll drive minimally there and then minimally back home. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. And, I can suffer in silence. He cannot. He's driving the car. He's wiggling up and down. He's hunched over the steering wheel, rub my back. It's like, get me something to eat. I need something to drink. I'm so uncomfortable. I got to stop the car. I got to get out. Like, I don't care about all that, but please stop complaining because I am feeling it with you. I don't fall asleep. I'm not like asleep. Just, are we there yet? No, I'm there with you. So, and you're making it more and more difficult. And then he listens to the radio really loud, and then he sings really loud, and then he has the windows rolled down, and all you hear is like these big trucks going by, and with the radio and him singing. And I'm like, oh my God, do I just go to the airport and take a plane back and tell him I'll meet him at home? If he wasn't, I know that he will carry on if I say that, but I am like this close to saying I will meet you at home because I can't do this ride. And he said on the way in, he was like, do you want me to go over to the office and see if they have something later on in the year? I'm like, they should have something later on in the year because this is like, I was so surprised that there were so many people. But I couldn't believe that I was looking, I went in one way into that little forest, and then I came out and I saw another path. And I'm filming, and the kids come on the golf carts, and I'm like, all right, I'll wait for them to leave. They're probably only making a pit stop. No, they're setting up shop. They're taking their beach chairs out. They're like, there's not a breeze, no pool. They're going to sit over there. I'm like, why would you sit over here? Like, anything could be coming out of anywhere and eat, and it'll eat you. You have to see. I haven't watched it yet. I ran so fast out of there. I was just getting to the back part where I wanted to just set up the camera and just let it roll and listen to the sounds and take that home with me and even put it up for you guys. I would put it like in my playlist if you ever wanted to just hear like background sounds, but it wasn't happening. I didn't do any diamond painting either when I was at my cousin's. I don't know what I was thinking. The kids came over. My cousin's girlfriend went and got them beautiful well, really it was just the 5-year-old, because I think the 2-year-old, yeah, she wasn't, going to play with Easter basket. And then we took them to the pool, and so they had a lot to do. And I didn't want to just stay back. I would have loved to have filmed on his deck because it was so beautiful on the deck. He's got a little cabana, and it just looks out over the water. You could see fish and all other kinds of stuff, iguanas, and it's just so peaceful and quiet, and the fans and everything else. And I've never been in here, so let me show you this little pool. So this is the pool house. I was like, you know what? I'm sitting over there, the one blue umbrella that's open, and I said I'm going to go down to the pool because probably nobody's there. When we left, a lot of the snowbirds were already gone. Everybody's here today. But this is our little pool house, and there's like, I don't know what that thing is. I keep horseshoes. Is it skeeter? I don't know what the heck it is. It's something. But this is our little clubhouse, and then right behind me is where I was. And then other people came, and they sat, husband and wife, they sat down on the beach chairs. I wonder if the golf clubs are still there. I didn't see them leave, because I really wanted to go around to the back and see if I could. It was a little bit more open, like you could see a little bit more, and I'm dying to catch that woodpecker again. I was like, I saw the little cart with like all the like brush in there that they pull out of there, so it's okay. It's cleaned up, and I was like, what are they banging? What are they building? And it was a woodpecker, and I've never seen a woodpecker. They're kind of big. I saw them fly away. I'm like, oh my God, it's a woodpecker! And as soon as I zoomed in, they came barreling out of the forest, like, hey, how are you? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. It's just like, got a license for that thing? They move really fast. The golf carts are there, so they're hanging out. And so I don't know if I'm going to get back there today. I was like, you know what? We're back here at the apartment, and I just don't want to sit here and, you know, wait till it's time to go out and eat, because I need to be able to be tired enough tonight where then go to sleep and get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to leave. I'm surprised he hasn't come here yet, because I told him I was going to the pool. I'm surprised he didn't say, well, let me go see what my wife is doing. I'm going to go to the pool. I keep forgetting that you guys were looking at me, but you could see the one husband and wife. They went down there and they're on the beach chairs. I'm tapping the phone, like you could see my finger, but they're over there, and so we capture a little bit more of this peaceful sound through the screen. Okay, guys, be it for me until I'm back in Philly. Unless I get so bored in the car, I was going to save for Throwback Thursday the safari trip that we went on, which I'm not a person that you bring to a safari. I'm also not a person that you bring to a place where animals are not in their natural habitat and they're not able to move around. I find it also disturbing. I don't like it. And there was one moment where, you know, I engaged with one of the animals, and it just broke my heart. It just broke my heart. I'm like, get me out of here. I feel like I'm walking around in a prison. So here comes somebody else now, wants to know what I'm doing. I will see you when I am back in Philly. In the meantime, keep creating that world that you want to live in, and I will see you back in Philly with, I think I got mermaid fever. I think I want to take out finally my Curtis Reikovich mermaid. I think I want to take her out. Or maybe the duck painting. I don't know. Bye, guys. I miss you so much. Bye.